What's up, everybody, man? J Red's a barber. I know it's been a little while since I dropped some content for y'all, man, but I'm coming back and I'm coming hard. I'm gonna drop a video for y'all every single week, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe for me. Let me know what you think. Let me know what I could do better. Lock in with me, man. I'm about to bring so much education, so much content for y'all. It's ready to be crazy, man. Lock in with me. Let's go. What's up, everybody, man? We're gonna get right into this haircut. This haircut that I'm gonna be doing on this cut today is a bald fade, no enhancements, nothing on the top. Pretty much simple self-explanatory cut. Let's get right into it. Right here, I'm going in with my bald line, using my trimmers and just setting at my bald line. That's my first guideline. Usually I spin them all the way around and set the line in all the way, but the way the camera was set up and me trying to get these angles down pat, I just went ahead and just did one side, and then I did the other side after. So the next clip of the other side, everything really gonna be speeded up for real. So we're going in with our clippers and we're gonna have our lever halfway open. We're probably going up about a half of an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch. Make sure your guidelines are consistent. And then we close the lever and we're just going to blend out that bottom line. And after we get that bottom line all the way blended out, we're going to take our one guard all the way close and create our next guideline. And we're going up about an inch. Like I said, man, make sure your guidelines are consistent all the way around your head, so the structure of your blend, it stays consistent all the way around the head. And after that, I take the one guard on, put the half guard on, and we blending out that second guideline. And as you can see, I'm not going straight up every time, and I'm using the corner of the blade to try to get that dark spot out of the blend. So his hair is growing towards his chin, so you want to go against the grain when you fading. Sometimes you might go with the grain just to soften up the blend a little bit, but for this purpose, when you blending out your guidelines, you want to go against the grain of the hair texture. So you can see me, I'm not going straight up with the clipper every single time. I'm taking the clipper and I'm fading towards the back of his head. You can see that little part right there just didn't want to blend out. So I took the lever off, I took the half guard off, opened up my lever all the way, and just attacking at those dark spots and just doing detail work. So I really don't gotta do too much detail work at the end of the blend. And see, I closed the lever halfway and I'm just doing detail work on that blend, just clearing up any dark spots that I see, using the corner of the blade so I'm not creating any harsh lines in that blend. Let your clippers do the work for you, man. You ain't gotta dig into nobody's scalp. Just let the clippers glide across the skin. So right here I put my 2 guard on and I'm debulking the hair. That's really creating our next guideline. You never want to go above your guideline with the lower guard. So now I put my 1.5 guard on close and I'm going to blend that out. And like I said, sometimes you just got to go with the grain of the hair to soften up that blend a little bit. But for the most part, when you're blending, you're always going against the grain. Mediocre barber would have left that how it is, but now you gotta take your one guard on and open up the lever all the way. Continue to blend out that hair. Blend coming together very well. I closed my lever all the way, went with the grain just to soften up the blend a little bit more, open it up halfway, and start going against the grain again to just clean up any dark spots in that bulk area that I see, just to, make the blend come together even better. Like I said, I always blend against the grain. And you can see me going over the same spots a lot is because he came and I didn't have time to wash his hair, and he didn't have time to wash his hair on the way to the barbershop. So, and then for time purposes, it was just like, I just gotta go in with a greasy scalp. He came in sweating outside. Like, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do in the barbershop, man. You gotta improvise. You still gotta be able to produce a high quality service, even though you don't have a high quality canvas. Always remember that. Now I put my half guard on and I opened up the lever. Just blending out any more dark spots that I see. Just trying to perfect that blend. Close the guard. Just adding detail work to this blend, so at the end of the haircut I don't gotta go in and add a whole bunch of detail work, if any. Always do your detail work while you blending, so at the end of the haircut you save time doing that. Finish out your side of the blend and then work on it again, so you don't have to work on it again at the end of the haircut. And I speeded up this part of the video because what you do to one side of the head, you do to the other. It's the same exact steps, but I'm still going to walk you through what I'm doing. You just speed it up for time purposes. I know you don't want to sit here and watch a 40-minute video. So, first guideline was the bald line. Then we're going in with our lever halfway open, going up about a half an inch, maybe a quarter of an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch, depending on the size of the head. And then our second guideline is the one guard close, going up about an inch. And as you can see, his hair grows crazy on that side and it doesn't want to even set in the guideline, but you got to improvise. If his scalp was fully clean, it would have been a lot easier to cut his hair. But I got my half guard on right now, blending out that second guideline. Took the half guard off, lever all the way open, just doing detail work at the bottom of that line. I'll put my number 2 on and we're going to debulk the hair. I think I put my 1.5 guard on. Sorry. Put my 1.5 guard on. Went from the 1.5 to the 1 guard open, and we're just blending out that hair. Close the lever and just continue the detail blending. Now I got my half guard on with the lever open, I believe. And as you can see, I keep on spinning him around so I can make sure the blend is connecting in the back of the head, so that way all the way around the head the hair is blended the same exact way. I got my lever open with no guard on. I put my 1 guard on and I closed it to do some detail work. And I got my half guard back on. So now we're going to go into the lineup prep. And what I'm doing right here is I'm cleaning his skin with alcohol. Like I said, he came in and he didn't have his hair washed, so I go ahead and I clean his skin in his front of his hairline with some alcohol, and then I spray my Nairobi wrapping foam lotion and lay his head down real good. And then I put some Holton spray on the line, brush it down some more, and then we're gonna put a do-rag on so his head can lay down. And it all depends on the time frame that you got. You can put the do-rag on and then blow dry it. It usually dries within like 2 to 3 minutes, if that. Sometimes it only takes like 30 seconds to a minute to dry. But dry out that scalp, dry out the hair, so that way it's easy for the clippers to go ahead and work the shape up. Take that do-rag off, go ahead and get busy, man. And you see how his hair is laid down real nice? That's what that Nairobi and Holton spray do, man. So I sit back and I analyze the hairline before I start cutting it. And I take my clippers and I start at the middle at all times and work to the weak side of the shape up. And then I handle the weak side of the shape up and then match the weak side with the strong side of the shape up. As you can see, I'm constantly brushing the head down as I'm shaping him up. So that way, any other hairs that get pushed back up, because you gotta think we're working with clippers that they're not always cutting every single hair. You got certain curly hairs that'll just pop back up into the shape up. And once you brush the hair down, or when he goes home and brushes his hair, it's gonna be like, all right, what happened? He ain't got no shape up no more. So constantly keep brushing that hairline down as you cutting it. So when he goes home and brushes his hair, he still got a crispy line up. Like I said, start at the weak side and work your way over to the strong side. And always take a step back and look at your shape up while you're doing it. Don't be scared to move his head in whatever direction you need it to be moved in. I know some clients be having their neck all stiff, but nah, make sure they move their head so you can give them the proper work. Like I said, if he would have came in with a clean scalp, the shape up would have been so much easier. The trimmers would have just cleanly cut everything so much easier. But you gotta improvise, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. But them detailers, man, they hit under any circumstances. They go crazy. That's my highly recommended trimmers to anybody in this world. You ain't got a zero gap them, fresh out the box, they hit. Now we're gonna go on with this razor, man. We're gonna get some razor work in. As you can see, the lineup crispy, natural, no enhancements, nothing. Go ahead and stretch that skin and just attack that line with a razor. You want your razor to be at like a 45-degree angle so you don't nip the client. I don't personally use shave gel, I dry shave. You know, everybody has their own personal preference, but me personally, I dry shave. Like I said, don't be afraid to move the head to where you need it to be. Always stretch that skin so the blade glides right across the skin. If you don't stretch the skin, then you're gonna end up nicking them, and then now you gotta give them a discount, or whatever the case may be. Whatever you do, whenever you nick a client, me personally, if I nick a client, I give them a discount, or I might even give them the haircut for free, because I don't like making mistakes like that. And this was gonna keep a rapport with you and your client. We human, we all make mistakes, but you just gotta communicate that with your client in the moment of whatever happens. So if you nip somebody, tell them instantly, like, man, I just nipped you. I'm gonna go ahead, put this nip powder on, go through the blood spill procedure, and make sure they all right. Make sure they know that they good, they in good, safe hands, and boom, and they're gonna stick with you forever. I done slaughtered clients bad and just communicated with them like, yeah, man, I made a mistake, and they still rocking with me to this day. So just think about that when you're working every day. You gotta be able to communicate with your clients, even if it make you feel uncomfortable with what you're talking about. I ain't gonna lie though, this haircut fire though. I ain't think y'all was gonna really be able to see it, because I only got one ring light, and then the camera angles. That's one thing I gotta work on, is getting my camera angles down pat for real. But I ain't gonna lie, I think this video and this haircut came together fire, man. Y'all gotta let me know what y'all think. And it's the cut, YouTube. All natural, no enhancements. Be patient with me, man. I'm sorry, this is blurry. I was rushing out of the shop, so I ain't really get time to go ahead and get a perfect angle of the finished product of the haircut. But man, in the comment sections, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think I could work on. You know what I could do better. Let me know what you do in your process. Hey, hit me in a DM, we can talk, you know. Let me know what you think I could help you with or what you could help me with, man. I love to communicate with other barbers, man. Just holler at me. This the cut. Let me know what you think. Honestly, personally, I think it came together fire. It's a crazy blend, man. I'm gonna be dropping a video for y'all every single week, man. I'm trying to stay consistent every week. Tune in, man. Appreciate y'all in advance.